Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped. Now hopefully by now you've watched my recent video where I got behind the wheel of a Superformance GT40. It was an incredible drive. It's left quite an impression on me. If you haven't watched it, this is what it felt like. If you've not seen that one, just click on the link above and you can watch the whole video. But at the end of that drive, Oliver from Mans Coupes said, look, we've also got back at the workshop a beautiful Cobra. Would you like to drive it? It's a beautiful sunny day. Let's go for some soft top motoring with an incredibly loud V8. Well, here we are back again. The car's behind me. Really badass spec on this one. So I'm going to get Oliver to walk us around the car, because that thing's very, very special indeed, and then we're going to take it for a drive. I have a feeling this one's going to be a bit of an audio challenge as well, but hey ho, always up for a challenge. Now, I'm going to go and find Oliver. Back in a moment. Now then guys, welcome back to the channel. Oliver from Mans Coupes. Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me back again.
Now, the last time we were filming together, we were in a GT40, and anybody who's watched the film Le Mans 66, clearly that's about the development of the GT40. But in that film, Carroll Shelby drives around in a Cobra quite a lot. Yeah. And that's kind of the link here, although not quite.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. So we had 6 of our Mark II Cobras on set at Le Mans 66. This is a Mark III or a 427, so a slightly later car, but it is Shelby sanctioned. So the link to Carroll is the fact that he came to our factory, looked at what we were doing, drove the cars and said, you know what, I'm going to put my name to this because the standards and the quality were so high.
That is unbelievable, because there are many Cobra replicas, yeah. Cobra kit cars out there, yeah. But to have one that's sanctioned by the main man himself, yeah, doesn't get much more special than that.
No, it really doesn't, and I think it's great that we're positioned at the high end of the market. There's some really good cars, in the kit car and replica market, but we sit right at the top end of that, and having Carroll's blessing on the car is just, the icing on the cake. I
mean, they are a beautiful thing. They're just so curvaceous, and modern cars they just don't do that anymore, do they? And there's not a flat panel on it. Every panel's got a curve and a personality. It's just a stunning thing to look at.
Yeah, I think there's a reason. It's I'd argue one of the most copied cars there is. It's the iconic sports car. It's gorgeous from every angle. Aerodynamically, not the most efficient you'll ever see.
No, probably not.
Enter the Daytona Cobra, but yeah, just it's just got a raw presence to it, and
yeah.
just a beautiful car.
So this is almost like a resto mod, really, then.
Correct. Yeah.
So
yeah.
What's under the bonnet? Because there's a fairly special lump under the bonnet, but it's one that some of the viewers will be quite familiar with.
Correct. Yes.
I just put this on this clip so I don't have to. So this is the Ford Coyote 5-litre Mustang engine. So being a resto mod, in effect, we went with the modern engine, which is a fantastic unit for this chassis. 32 valve variable valve timing. You've got power from under 1,000 RPM. It's low maintenance. You can tune them heavily. Just a fantastic unit for this car. Wow. So yeah, the engine out of the modern day Mustang.
Correct.
Output as it is in its current state of tune?
Current state of tune, it's about 450. We need to get it on the rolling road because little bits of tweaking we need to do because this is only finished this year, this car. Yeah. So we're going to be about 450, 460 by the time we're finished.
Is that all? How much does the car weigh?
It's about 1,100 kilos. So,
modern day cars are so fat and so heavy. 1,100 kilos.
Yeah, and we've got a client's car we're working on at the moment who's supercharging it. So
right,
I mean,
so he got in that 450 horsepower wasn't enough.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
some more.
Well, it's at 660 foot-pounds of torque now.
Wow.
Tune it, I reckon it'll be about 720, give or take.
Wow.
Horsepower probably not far off.
Wow, wow. Let me put the bonnet down. So what's the engine coupled to in terms of transmission, gearbox and so on?
Yep, so we're running a Tremec 5-speed gearbox. You do have the option for a 4-speed box. The 5th gear just gives it that extra bit of comfort when you're cruising on the motorway or long distance journeys, because you know, you've got the side pipes here, you've got the noise coming out there, so you can just cruise at low revs, absolutely no problems. We can spec the cars, they're very customizable as well, so you can have single roll hoop, double roll hoop, no roll hoop, you can have rear exit pipes, any color combination you want, anything like that. But when it comes to power plants and gearboxes, we'd recommend the Tremec box and the Coyote engine, or you can go for a more traditional V8 like a Ford Racing 427 or a Prestige Motorsport like in the GT40.
I think, well, you have to have side pipes.
Yes.
I know that the chance of burning your leg on that as you get out is probably quite high.
You do it once and then, then you're all right after that.
And then the internals are just so simple. I mean, there's no driver aids, right? There's no traction control, no airbag, nothing.
Yeah, no, it's like the GT40, it's a pretty raw car. What you put in, you get out. We've got servo assisted brakes on this.
Oh, you're spoiling us.
I know, right? What a treat. And we can put power steering on there if you want. You can have an automatic box if you want. So there's things you can do, but in essence, again, it's back to the 60s with the technology. Well, I say that, we've got the modern engine, but do you know what I mean? Like with the setup.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. This spec, I say badass on the channel far, far too often, but it is. It looks like Batman's daily.
Yeah, I like that,
it's just wicked. So I think the next thing we need to do is get some cameras set up. Audio is going to be a challenge, but hey, let's get some cameras set up and go for a drive.
Make it happen.
This is going to be good. Ryan, should we do this?
Let's do it. Let's have a drive.
This is a good day. This is a really, really good day. Now, I have already tested whether or not I fit in this car, and like most cars, the answer is barely. The first thing is your feet are over that way. I guess you need to make space for that big V8, right?
It's the transmission tunnel, true to the originals as well. You've got the offset pedal position, same in the Mark IIs. All set.
So talk to me about this car in terms of a driving experience. Bit more leery than the GT40?
The thing is with these cars, it all depends on your right foot.
Okay.
They can be as leery as you want them to be. But yeah, it's a much more simplistic chassis. It is full independent suspension all round, so it does have that modern car feel.
Yeah.
So you can play with it a bit, but just take your time to learn it. No traction control, but once you're comfortable with it, you know, it takes the power. Again, these Avon tyres are second to none. You can really abuse them.
Yeah.
It will take the power. Yeah.
So was it just a twist of the
literally
key?
Turn the key. This will go to 7.
Wow. I mean, you're never going to bore of that, ever. No. Standard gate gearbox.
Yep.
Handbrake.
Handbrake here.
Is there.
Yep. Just push that right down.
Right.
Lights off. Then you're.
Oh my goodness me. Oh, I love this car, and we've only just turned a wheel.
They've got plenty of torque, you know, so you can just trickle along like this. Or open it up, it's lovely. This one comes with full weather gear as well, so we drove it back from the London Classic Car Show, which was our first road trip. So we drove it back in the rain, comes with full weather gear, comes with the tonneau cover as standard as well, so it is useful if you're going on a car tour.
So this is the perfect car for a day like today.
Oh yeah, summer's day, I don't think there's much that will beat it. It's just pure open top, V8 cruising.
Again, bucket list item.
Yeah.
Always wanted to drive one of these. I think classic car wise, there are two classic cars that I absolutely love. This and an Austin Healey 3000.
Oh, my friend's got one, I'll make an intro.
Oh, you're rapidly becoming my best friend. I don't know what it is about the Healy. It's just, it's just a stunning, stunning car.
It's a very...
Oh yeah!
Got plenty of poke, right?
Oh, this is really naughty. Really naughty. That's like 10% throttle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Oliver, seriously, you have the worst job in the world.
I think I said it last time. I landed on my feet. I really did. I mean, it took me 14 years to get into the business, but now I'm here. Yeah, I couldn't be happier. Mondays don't feel like Monday, if you know what I mean.
No, Monday's a fun day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. So straight away, this car's intimidating on a very different level.
Yeah.
Probably because you just know that if you don't respect it, you are going to basically go into a hedge backwards.
It is a modern chassis, so it is very compliant. It does, but you know, you do need to give it a level of respect. But once you know the car and know its parameters, you know, you can really shift on.
Oh my days! Oh.
Everything's still fresh. We've only done 300 miles in this so far.
Really?
So it's all,
What you get used to the pedal layout very quickly. When I first got in it just to test the seat, it was like, oh my god, where's the brakes?
Yeah.
Because it's almost like the throttle and the brake are much further over than the clutch.
Yeah. But if you actually look from above, the seats are angled out as well, so your body sort of positions in line with the pedals.
This is. Yes.
That's the look there with the arm out.
Yes.
Yeah, happy days.
Arm out, Monaco on show. Come on, bring it on. Now, before anybody says anything on the video, the geometry was done on this car while we were out in the GT40,
Yes.
and the steering wheel's not quite straight.
Oh, is it not? Okay. Yeah.
It's running true.
Yeah.
It's running perfectly true, but the steering wheel's not quite right.
On the to-do list.
Yeah. Before anybody says anything, it's like, no, we know. We know these
things. We also need to give it a wind round and then straighten it up to get it lined up on the steering rack, but things we know.
It'll be good for today. It's got, although they're both V8s, such a different tone. This is so rumbly. Oh, what? Wow.
You all right?
Talk about involving drive.
Yeah.
You really do have to kind of grab hold of this one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. The exhaust note's different, obviously. We've got on the GT40, you've got the Bund of Snake exhaust, which has crossovers. This is literally the side-by-side firing order, so you get a slightly different exhaust. It's also right by your ears as well. So
That's the best sounding car I've ever been in.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. I mean, the GT40 that sounds awesome. But that, I think, as you said, because it's literally just by your ear.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need a radio.
Has it got catalytic converters or not? Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's got cats. You can have heavier silencing if you want to do track days.
What's its static noise? Probably about 180 decibels or something.
I know the GT40 is 118 with a little bit of silencing we have on there. I'd assume this is maybe 120, give or take. Not too sure. But yeah, it's it's got some volume to it.
It's magnificent, mate.
And they're great fun on the track as well.
But it is that. It's that. This is the best ergonomically designed cockpit ever, because that is literally the perfect height for your elbow.
Yeah.
They must have spent hours and hours on R&D just to get the perfect elbow position. The gear throw's lovely.
Yeah.
I I thought it might be a bit weird because the gear levers obviously so high, and
Yeah,
it's a really nice throw.
The American style gear shifter with, you know, the long bent arm.
Again, I'm probably doing about 2,000 RPM. But in this car, I'm quite happy with that, to be honest.
Go left here. Yeah, no, you can have the UK style straight up gear shift as well, but we quite like this.
Yeah, but you want it like Carroll Shelby would have had it, right?
Exactly right.
You know. What a thing.
Just had the, as you say, the suspension geometry done.
My days.
I've not been a passenger in this car yet.
Have you not?
So,
oh my god! So we're getting to the end of our drive, but you guys have got a Shelby Daytona Cobra coming in, which is, I think, one of the most beautiful cars that races at Revival. They're just, the rear end of that car is stunning.
Really?
But it was basically what happens when you want one of these to be a bit more aerodynamic.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, the concept was go faster down the Mulsanne straight at Le Mans.
Yeah.
I mean, the name of our business, Le Mans Coupes, is, you know, all our cars, you can tell, are geared around Le Mans, or the, you know, the history there. So yeah, we've got a Daytona Cobra on order, which will be our demo car. We're doing that in Shelby colours, so the iconic car colours. We're putting a...
Hit me up when that one arrives.
You'll be first in line, don't you fear. Yeah, that's going to actually have an LS3 engine in it, a Chevy.
Wow.
GM LS3. The reason being, the car itself, we'll go into detail when you come and drive it.
Oh, my days! I need this car in my life so badly. Oh, wow. Mate, I have to say a huge thank you yet again.
Oh, any
This
day.
is, you are dream come true car man from now on. Yeah, massive thanks to Oliver. Make sure you follow all of the social channels that I'll put below. Hopefully we'll see you again in the not too distant future.
100% any time, and it's been a real joy, and
yes.
fun being a passenger and experiencing it from this side.
Amazing. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. Make sure you give Le Mans Coupes a follow on all their social channels. Massive thanks to Oliver and his dad for an amazing day.
Thank you very much for
and we're gonna drive nice and sensibly home in this car. I want this car in my life. I tell you what would be more dangerous, if my wife saw this car and went in it, I'd have to remortgage the house.
Oh, get her down.
Yeah.
Get her down.
Anyway, see you on the next film, guys. Drive safe.